This is the Amenity Insights platform. I'm on the login screen right now, and I have my credentials entered. We're going to go ahead and log in. And the first thing you're going to see when you log into the platform is what we call Document View. And Document View is where you'll be able to read earnings calls. And the first thing inside of Document View you're going to see is watch lists. And watch lists is where you'll be able to add a group of tickers, and you can search for these tickers, you can import from Bloomberg Terminal, and you can create a list from Microsoft Excel. And here you can see right now I have a list from Microsoft Excel, and inside of that I have a list of tickers. We'll go through the upload process in a different video. Right now, though, what I'm going to do is, you see I have these watch lists focused on different sectors: automotive, food and beverage, retail, S&P 500, technology, and travel. We're going to focus on this watch list called the onboarding webinar. I'm going to open this onboarding webinar watch list, and inside of it I have 14 companies. And right now they're currently sorted by ticker name in alphabetical order. So Apple is first, Bank of America, CVS, DraftKings, and down the list it goes. But we can organize these via region. We can organize them by sector, the last document, the amenity score change. We'll go into what the amenity score is later on, but this is the list of companies right here that we're going to work with, and you'll be able to see everything inside of this view. And the other view we're going to focus on later, over here on the left hand side, is called Analytics, where you'll be able to use our dashboards featuring ESG, deception, where we'll have coronavirus analysis, as well as our key drivers. As we pivot back, though, to the document view and focus back on this watch list, on the screen I'm going to go through what each of these things mean outside of what I explained before about the sectors and how to organize the companies inside of your watch list itself. And up here is the import button. This, though, is where you can import from Bloomberg Terminal or Excel. And in this case, the reason why it comes up inside of the watch list is because you can import list of tickers to a pre-existing watch list you have, in addition to importing to a brand new watch list. To the right of this button is our subscription flows button, and this is where you can change it from the default, which is fundamental with key drivers, to whether you have a subscription to coronavirus flows, ESG flows, or a flow specific to your organization. This is where you would change that flow. And as we move back to our list of companies, I'm going to open up Apple Inc. I think this is a great place to start, and we can see what we call at Amenity the company view inside of the Insights platform. And right away you see a chart above the Amenity score graphic, which indicates the Amenity score changes over the last few quarters. But you can see deception, negative events are highlighted in red, and Quarter 2, 2021, there were 2 negative deceptive events. If we go to headwinds, tailwinds, in Quarter 1, 2021, there were 2 positive headwinds, tailwinds events. And these key drivers, they change what it shows in the company view. It varies based upon company, and because some of these key drivers, there will be different events that have more of an impact than others. Below that, we have the historical documents, and we can see the latest 4 documents from Apple Inc. We can show historical documents. Default is 2021, or you can see 2020. Once 2022 documents come up, you'll see those as well. It'll move up in Quarter 1 Apple 2022 will be the top one. And the amenity score change. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to open up a document, and I'm going to switch from Apple Inc. and I'm going to use the Walt Disney Company. It's a company that just about everybody can relate to, and we'll open up their latest one, the 2021 Quarter 4 earnings call. And right away you see the document on the right side, and you have a list of events on the left side. I do want to mention, like the company view itself, positive extractions are highlighted in green, negative extractions are in red, and we have neutral extractions, which you can toggle on or off. They're highlighted in blue. What we'll do is we'll start with the general one. We're going to click on this one, and inside of that one, you're going to see all the general extractions that are highlighted in positive or negative colors, and you can click on any of these, and that will automatically take you into that part of the document where you can actually see the context of that. as well as if you just want to see, only that one specific line, you can just keep clicking on those. So let's start with this one where it's, the contract agreement deal about the NFL playoffs and the Monday Night Wildcard game for ESPN. Right away, it shows you, when you click on that, completely highlighted in green, we also recently signed a 5-year deal with the league for Monday Night Wildcard game, which runs through 2025. This runs through for all of the key drivers. If we scroll all the way down here, we can switch to a different kind. Let's go with Deception. And let's go with an evasion tactic, again highlighted in red. And this is during our question and answer session with Robert Chapek. And it says, I'm not sure, highlighted in red. That's an evasion tactic for deception. What I want to do, though, is I want to show you how you can search for specific terms that interest you. And I think a great topic is always, when it comes to Disney, the parks. And again, it's going to take you to any different time. It's going to take you to any time the parks have been mentioned in this document. Again, this is one I like. Alongside these transformative programs, we continue to invest in our parks and resorts themselves. And I like looking at Star Wars because Disney's doing a lot with that one. At Disney World, they're building that Galactic Cruiser. And we can see where Star Wars is mentioned. We have a whole paragraph here about the Galactic Cruiser. And one other thing I like too is in this menu here is you can switch from events and we can look at the participants as well. And right now, we can, if we want to look at Robert Chapek, we can see whenever Robert Chapek speaks. This is in his question and answer session. And we can go down here and see questions that were asked to him. If we want to look at this analyst and see what question he asked Bob Chapek. Right here is one directed at him or other Disney management, and we can see what his answer is. And again, it's the same type of usage as you would use on the events tab. One other thing I'd like to mention about when you're reading a document is you also have the ability to print and save your transcript as a PDF. And this is great because you can choose the letter size, the paper size. We're going to go with a standard letter. And here I've chosen the option to save this as a PDF by default. That I don't have a printer hooked up where I am. But you can see that when you go to print out the document, you'll see that on the right side the extractions print out with it. And again, they keep their colors for the positive, negative, and neutral extractions. So lastly, what we have here, this is the analytics tab inside of the Insights platform, and one of our dashboards that I've pulled up is our ESG overview. I've plugged in the onboarding watch list that we've been working with, onboarding webinar. All my companies are imported itself, Apple, Bank of America, Starbucks, the list goes on. And up here is where we can filter and narrow down what we're looking for. If I want to, let's say, look at the published date, it's at year to date right now, but I can switch that to the last 30 days. And I can hit this update button, and that'll change what I'm looking at inside of the analytics screen inside of this dashboard. And you can see that the overall sentiment's updated, the mentions are updated, the impact score is updated, and here the environmental sentiment is updated. And you could break this down, and we can scroll down here, and we can see a lot of mentions of Tesla, Apple. We could see the type of ESG, the event type, the sentiment, what kind of materiality it is. And, some of these are inside of the Insights platform, and some of these are external URL news sources. Right here, it's Apple is not only facing formal regulatory investigators, and we can click on that. This brings us to Business Today in India. And this applies to all of the dashboards. And what I've done now is I've pivoted from ESG, I've gone to key drivers, and we're in the sectors and watch list dashboard. I've updated the filter so that it reflects the last 90 days rather than the last 30, and we can see all of the key driver numbers that come back for the 14 companies inside of our onboarding webinar watch list. You have positive numbers in green, negative in red, and neutral in yellow. And we have a graph here. We have the topics by extraction, types by count, and recent insights from transcripts. Rivian Automotive was the most recent, and so they're going to bring probably the largest bulk of insights we're going to see right now in this example. And one thing I'd like to is you can see, if we click on this link here, this is a negative extraction about in the near term we expected this dynamic of high fixed costs associated with operating and running on a larger scale. We can click on that and that'll bring us directly inside of the Insights platform to that extraction in another window. And right there, automatically takes you, no need to scroll. And that's our overview of the analytics dashboard and our overall walkthrough of the Insights platform. Thank you for joining me. If you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to support@amenityanalytics.com, or if you're in the Insights platform, just click on this messenger icon here, and our team will be happy to reach out to you during our business hours.